Hi everybody. What do you know? 2 weeks in a row, you're gonna start a session with me. Welcome to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way. Jones is jonesing off somewhere. It is episode 119, and we'll just say last session was a pretty big moment for one of the characters in particular, but I think it was still very meaningful for the rest of the party as they came together. They protected the magic forges and the bronze cast. I don't know why I couldn't remember what they were called last session. I was calling them like 4 or 5 different things, but I never said bronze cast, and that's what they are. Um, the forge masters that were actually creating a at the time was thought to be a new Hearthguard for Davis. However, with the the forging of the bond and his will made manifest on top of mementos that were given to him by his comrades. What was there? There was Kodiak's claw. There was Rock's dragon chest piece. Karos's ring of truth
Truth telling.
telling, or what?
Truth telling.
Yes. Al's spider signet ring. And then Sej with a precious gem. Uh, on top of, if I remember right, there was a piece of Grant's original armor,
Yep.
or not original armor, but and other things went into it.
A hairpin that nobody knew what that is.
That's true. Excuse me. Um, all that came together with the dancing flames and the magic fires of the monastic forges to bring into this world a new weapon, a glaive. However, one that had a hook on it, and I already forgot what it's called officially.
The glaive
Um,
disarm.
Disarm, thank you. Like disarm, disarm. Uh, and the husk of Agni, the fox spirit, the entity that created the Snoring Mountain, that created and protected and watched over the Foxwoods and the local areas. The entity that inspired much of the lore and the naming conventions, even though it has been forgotten over the centuries. Uh, its husk of a physical form that had succumbed to the dragon's greed, that had succumbed to being weakened, having a portion of itself taken, uh, was defeated, and though still a husk, it was plenty powerful. The group with the bronze cast managed to seal Agni and use its physical manifestation as part of Davis's new weapon. After that, Davis has got a really fancy +2 glaive with some cool magic abilities. Um, but beyond that, the menagerie had found time to rest and to even explore some. There were some interactions with some of the other bronze cast. Uh, and they do very much come off as like almost automatons, following a script or a pattern. However, when you would get within a proximity of them, their personalities would flourish and show. Um, and most notably, Rock encountered this as he ventured into the city looking for uh, points of interest, temples, libraries, documentations, and he stumbled upon a library where he found historical references to Agni, its various other names, its importance to the land, and even a festival where it was for the changing of the seasons when it starts to go all orange and brown, kind of resembling a fox's fur. And as the menagerie were resting and sleeping, one of the little things that Rock did was seem everybody to look like Davis with his orange hair, sleeping, and there was a quick, um, ethereal image of Agni winking and grinning with approval. Uh,
Just to clarify, they look like they're all Davis, but they're also all wearing fox, except for Davis.
yes, the fox masks. Yes, 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 yes. Very much if you were to kind of think of those Japanese style, not kinko masks. I can't remember what they're called, right? Kabuki, yeah, in a style, but more like animalistic, being in that it's a fox. Um, the other thing was that Rock did return to the library to rest and basically fell asleep searching through the librarians and trying to just find any information that he can, while the rest of the menagerie were basically together, uh, recuperating. Uh, Davis returned the inescapable grasp back to Allegretto, and that's where we really find ourselves. Unless if the menagerie has anything that they really wish to discuss about the evening, it would be time to wake up as Sej's internal clock starts to kick in, and he's like, "Oh, the sun, it's time. I can't see it, but I can feel it." Um, I still imagine that you guys would keep some sort of watch, though probably a little bit more loose. But up to you guys. So it would be the morning of the next day, unless someone has anything else to say.
Davis, can you show me that artifact you just got again?
Hey, sure, here. Summon. Which, sorry, the one part of my homework I didn't really do was think of any flourishes to add to like the summoning and such. So presume it's similar to what it was before. So summon, hand it over. Here.
Can I touch it this time, or does it melt?
I mean, you could have touched it before.
Yeah.
But when it's disconnected from you, it usually just disappears.
It's after a bit of time it will, but
Oh, does it do the same thing if I hold on to it?
Not right now. Yeah. So you grasp the fully metal, heavily etched and embellished. Uh, we'll say for the most part, it's a black and orange
mhm.
glaive. There are obviously some other colorations, and there are much, a lot of details, but
Is it super light or heavy for
oh,
me?
it is ridiculously light.
And very well balanced.
It just doesn't
Wow.
make sense.
But it like still feels
Actually,
like it has some weight when you move it, like when you strike it.
Sej, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Give me a personal history check so you can roll it at advantage.
History at advantage. Let's
Yeah,
see.
personal history at advantage.
16 total.
16. Back home, there's a spear that has been passed down, and your kin, known as the Stone, wields something, wields it, and it is pretty much just as light. And it's all metal.
There are stories of artifacts similar to this from my area.
Davis's eyes go a little wide, like, huh? Do they do do you know anything about like forge masters like these in your homeland?
No, I don't, but I know of. I'm fairly versed with artifacts and something that was passed down for a long time. It
I messaged you, by
almo-
the way, on Discord.
okay,
Yep.
has somewhat of the same properties as what I'm told, or at least what I've read.
Oh, cool. This one's mine though.
Someone very important has the spear currently.
Who? Is it Your brother?
The next descendant to the throne.
Is that your brother?
Ah, you're too perceptive for your own good, you know?
Yeah, if anyone is actually versed in history, so if you have proficiency in history, and you're listening in on the conversation, you're more than welcome to roll. I might be able to give you some insights, should you wish.
I don't think I'm back yet.
No, you're not. You fell asleep at the library. You had a very eventful night.
Out of character, I'm very amazed that Davis is fine with Edge being him.
Ooh.
Uh, that's it, Dragnar. I mean, you have picked up some bits and pieces along the way that, long ago, when the Forge was active, that some of the great individuals, families, nations, whatever you want to look at it, did have pieces commissioned
Actually, wait a minute.
from.
Seeming lasts, what, 8 hours?
Yep.
Is this still going
Yeah.
on?
Oh, shoot.
So
Yeah. Sorry.
I made sure to cast it closer to morning so that
Okay.
like everyone would
Yeah.
wake up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at this
I
point,
am.
at this point, I'll be rubbing my bleary eyes, and then I'll finally let me
Yeah.
what is going on?
That's
Sej,
right. Sorry.
Why? What?
Well, why is your voice coming from it? Yeah. Yeah, Davis, you see
Me?
1, 2. Yeah, I was gonna say you see 1, 2, 3 sleeping ewes with elaborate like fox masks on,
Uh,
and then another one is standing up talking to you, and Sedge's voice is coming out of.
what? Uh, who says do you this?
Huh?
Why do you look? What do you?
What do you mean, look?
I mean, look. Well,
Something
here.
on my face?
Uh, I'm assuming somebody has something reflective enough to kind of show. So I'll just kind of scramble and find, and then I'll be like, oh wait, who? Why? Everybody? Hello, hey, everybody up! What? What are you doing? Or who's doing something? In the masks? What?
Yeah, as everyone starts to rise, you look upon yourselves, Rock not included.
Yeah, you
You
all
just
see this,
see
right?
a
Like,
room full of Davises, one of which does not have a mask.
like this isn't
The
me.
rest of you have masks.
This is you guys, right? Someone's doing this.
Ooh.
I'll give you 3 guesses, and it's the person that's not here.
Actually, wait, with seeming, can you change height significantly, or is he like a really short Davis?
No, he can. For the sake of it, he can make it look like a Davis.
Gotcha,
I don't
okay.
mind that. Like if you were to wave your hand, you would just kind of
Yeah, of
through.
course. So yeah, who? What? Where's Rock? Well, is one of you Rock?
Yeah. Roll call.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that's right. I
Loot Man.
wouldn't know Rock wasn't here, so never mind.
Oh, I wish Nico was here
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh my god.
because he would Kinku mimic someone's voice
So
right
him,
now.
he sounds like Sej. I assume that's Sej. Who are you? And I'll just point randomly to somebody. Whoever wants to decide that it's you, go ahead.
I'll try to pull out the loot and the image doesn't line up, but
Yeah, like,
you hear the loot.
That's weird. Hi Al, I guess. You?
Morning.
Next?
I'm still me.
No, yeah, no, I know you. You.
Oh.
It's me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely Dragnar.
It's
Is that-
me.
Next, you, Brock, Karos.
The what now?
Oh, hi Karos. Where's Rock?
Since I know illusions, Adam, can I roll as if this is an illusion?
Sure. I mean, you can roll me a wisdom check. The DC would be very low because you guys have been seamed not many times, but a few times already.
15.
Yeah, you're like just kind of poking through, just kind of making. Technically, once you recognize it's an illusion, you can quote unquote see through it. So
Did he
Okay,
do
so I'll
anything
look.
to
It's still
me?
there.
Am I?
No, you look the same. Um, so it wasn't me. I'll look at Al. Al,
I can't do something to that scale. Why are you looking at me?
you're the other caster. Sage.
Fair.
Hmm?
I mean,
Okay,
it's definitely
we
Rock, right?
eliminated all the casters.
He's not here.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Where is Rock anyway?
Probably getting chased by a dragon somewhere. No one
Oh
here.
God, I hope. Well, probably trying to talk to him at least. Okay.
So now can we say back to the history roll in the item?
Oh, sure.
I'd be like, no expert, but that what you're describing Sage is probably a cousin to what this is. It was probably forged right here.
Don't you
I
live really
wonder
far
how it
away?
made it so far away.
Don't you remember they said that there was commissions from the forge masters here from all over the lands? It was probably just commission.
Very long ago. Sesh, for your sake, because I don't feel like doing whispers, you know that that spear holds a significant importance, not just to the family that inherits it, but like to your people and to your sect of people that believe in Surya. And it's also, you know that people seek that spear that are opposing your family's beliefs. And that is a reason why your kin, your, as Dave has figured out, your brother, the stone, um, is traveling with it, has gotten it, and is not home. He is keeping it away from those that would want to take it. But that being said, you know that it has been passed in. You don't know how many centuries or even more it's been passed through your people, and something of significant importance.
I never had to think about it too much, but I just knew that it had historical importance and it was just tradition. But if that was the key to the forge, I wonder if they're all keys, or maybe they're keys to different places.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting. Have I ever witnessed the artifact before he left? Do you know?
Yeah,
Is it
he and
celestial like the other one? Does it have like wheels on it?
he uh that okay, does it has celestial markings on it? Probably, yeah. It definitely has a language that your teachings allowed you to understand on it. However, the what it is the only thing that it has in common, I would say, like the thing that made you think about it is the fact that it's all metal and it was super light like this. And then also just the degree of details. Like you're right now, as you're looking over Davis's weapon, there's just such a sheer amount of detail that you're not able to take it in right now, like all at once. Like you would have to sit there and like study it. You remember a sort of similar kind of sense of just awe and being lost when you saw the spear that your father passed down to your brother, and that's pretty much all you knew about it. Like to you, it's just like, yeah, it's a status symbol and importance. So
Davis, there's so much filigree I can hardly just keep track of my own eyes. Take it back here, and I'd like shove it back in your hands.
Thank you. Yeah, it's got a lot going on. It's very impressive what they were able to do in such a short amount of time.
I
Feels
have
great
not
though.
thought too much on the artifact that my brother has obtained, but now this gives me more questions than answers.
Not to rush you guys, but given Rock's track record, maybe we should go find
Yeah,
him.
we should definitely do that. I'm like hurriedly getting my armor on.
Did we get a long rest, Adam?
Wow,
do
I
get
was
a long
literally
rest.
about to ask that. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys most certainly got a long rest. We'll say
I went ahead and
you
rolled
guys had
bad.
rations from the day before, so you're good there. If you wanted to get benefits from the full heal, then go ahead and mark off the healer kit. Otherwise, you're good to go. I will say we'll jump while you guys are rolling items for the full and doing your full rest. We will wake up. Well, yeah, we will wake up with Rock.
Rock has
Um,
not slept. I've given myself one exhaustion, not healed anything, and not gotten spells back.
okay, gotcha. So, Rock, as you're just amongst this, actually, I ask you, what would you like this library to be like? Like, we know that some of the portions and the segments we've discussed already, but like, what else? Like, what else do you see? Like, what would be in your mind? What would be this library? Like, what shape would it be? What would you be able to look for, etc.?
So I'm trying to base off of kind of the. So I imagine it's kind of like as we have one of those, but it's like it's huge, it's massive. These are the stone
Mm-hmm.
tablets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's little like lamps everywhere. So it's very well lit, so you can read at all times. Or,
Okay.
well, did I have to light it? No, I had to light it, didn't I? I imagine it would have lights though. In my head, I
Yeah,
imagine.
that's fine. Yeah. So
Lights,
by
like
some means, you would have been able to, like, old oil-based lanterns or whatnot.
yeah. And since a lot of it was like stone tablets, it's like a library bookshelf. It's just like row after row of tablets, and then kind of maybe in a back corner there'd be just a smaller section of actual like paper substances. It's kind of in
Mhm.
its own little protected area, far away
Yeah.
from lava and hot things. I'd imagine they'd have some like statues in there, just smaller of maybe of forgetting his name now. What's the fox's name again?
Agni.
Agony.
Agni. Yeah. So there's some like Agni decorations in there, and yeah, and that's I mean it's kind of a rock dream area really. I mean, he
Okay.
likes learning things.
I like it. What I will say, you have fought, like you said, you fought yourself to stay awake, though you are at times kind of, for 5 minutes snoozing off and kind of coming back. And you did definitely find a portion outside of where you saw, like, the different kind of like labeled areas where some of it was like the history of, like, was it the whimsical stories and playful machinations of Agni, and you were able to kind of get information on the festival. You also were able to take some time and find other portions of the library that had other interesting documents. There, what I would like for you to do, and I know we made one last week, but now you've kind of brought up a new idea, so go ahead and give me yeah, up to you. It would most likely be an investigation check, as you've been just kind of spending the evening moving around, searching, trying to find all kinds of interesting things.
Okay. I guess has exhaustion. It's close to morning now, so I would
It would be before exhaustion. You would have been
before
doing
exhaustion.
the searching. Yeah.
That was a good roll. I got nat 20.
Nice.
For a total of
Sorry,
nice, 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 nice.
my investigation is. Sorry, I still have a cold. 28 total.
No worries. 28 total.
You're muted if you're talking.
Is that better?
There you go.
Okay. I was gonna say, you don't remember how you got to this part of the library. You're pretty lost right now. But boy, oh boy, did you find some amazing things. 28 total. Your hunch was right that there would be much more than just stone tablets here, with stories and other types of, written histories. Uh, there were some hidden, like chambers within, like behind the walls, that somehow you managed to distinguish a pattern of the stone tablets, and you pulled them out and put them back in place in a different order, and the door, the tablet just kind of slid to the side, and a door revealed itself, where you found a chamber full of old vellum parchments. Within it, you found, well, I would say, how do I want to say it? You found like a parchment, like old vellum parchments, but to get there, there was actually like a bit of a walkway that you took, so the wall slid away, and just by it sliding away, there was this huge rush of air, as it's been sealed for who knows how long, and it's the first time that air has been circulated back through the space. Within, there's not even cobwebs. It's just been deserted essentially and forgotten. Uh, you look for kind of like a similar sconce or torch or something to light, but there's really nothing. Using what you have at hand, just go ahead and conjure your dancing lights and guide yourself in. Pebble looking at you, kind of giving off almost like a nervous energy. But you continue walking forward, and as you make your way in, and you realize just how large this library actually was, that somewhere, wherever you are, maybe somewhere in the center, that in the dark, with just that little bit of light, there's a face, uh, just kind of staring back at you. What do you do, or what would you have done?
Uh,
A large face, I would say.
a large face.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Rock. I I found your secret door. I I hope it's hi.
uh, as you're like speaking, there's that awkward silence, and then your eyes begin to kind of squint in and adjust, and you see that it's a stone face. Very meticulously carved, elegant, very sleek, slender features. And then as you kind of realize that it's stone, kind of walking forward, looking, uh, the face is very much, we'll call it like a human's face. It has the regular eyes, the hair, like it looks human in design. But very quickly, beyond the human face, you start to see that there's features carved in the stone that do not represent a person at all. They're wreathed with a giant lion's mane. Their body, stretched out, lingering and kind of curling to the side. You see that their forelimbs are massive, like clawed lion's limbs. Uh, the stone entity is almost etched in such a way that it's perched, watching the entryway, clutching on to its outpost. Uh, I'm assuming you know what this is. If not, I can have you roll an Arcana check.
I think I know, but I'll roll anyways.
Go for it. Yeah, that's fair. Because my
Oh
description
boy,
could be
I didn't.
cheating.
16.
16. Yeah, it is what you would imagine a description of a type of sphinx would be.
Yeah. Okay. That's. Um. I don't
With some
think
more
Rock's
details.
experienced any
Hmm.
though. I don't
No,
know if Rock.
I don't think you have in person, but they're creatures of myth, and there's stories about them. A human face with an animal body. But
But
I would say
completely stone, not
completely
actually
stone.
like.
No, it is not moving at all. Like it's, the blank expression on the face. You do see that it has like those little, almost like lions, like just the ever so subtle lion features to the face as well. Well carved. Like when we're talking like in our real world, like when you go to a museum and you see those beautifully carved marble statues and stuff like that, along those lines. Um, there are some degree of details that you see. Most notably, and it's faint. Uh, well, I'll say, let me more detail first. You see that around its neck, as it is like laying there, kind of looking out, that in the stonework there is as if it was wearing a necklace, and the necklace itself has a like a triangular point going down. However, it's very much acute in angle, and it's very long. And in the center of this little pointy bit, there's a singular eye, like an eye of wisdom, an eye of knowledge. You've seen the symbol before, or at least the eye that not like it doesn't represent like you would think like the hag's eyes, but a different one. And then because you rolled so high, you do see that as you're kind of walking by it, investigating and trying to get beyond the point and kind of get underneath it, because its perch is on top of the archway that would lead into the room where you've basically passed out or fought off sleep. That in its forehead, it has a very faintly, just barely visible third eye as well.
I'm definitely going to stare at the eyes and like wave my hand and be like, "Hey, you look stoned, but are you stoned? I don't trust anything." I can like move back and forth and see if it's watching me.
There are no pupils within the stone, so it's hard to sense. You can give me an insight check if you wish.
Well, first I'm gonna turn to Pablo and be like, "Pablo, is that thing watching us?"
Oh, Pebble can give you an insight check as well.
Are they both at -2 from exhaustion?
They're not exhausted at this point.
Oh, they're not. Okay.
This was when he was going
Right.
there.
Okay.
My rolled an 11. My investigation's 19, and Pebble rolled a 12. I don't think sure she would be a 19.
Yeah, she like, as you ask her, she turns to you, tweet, looks at it again, looks at you, tweet, shrugs, and then just kind of flaps her wings and flies through the archway.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. So
Cautiously.
as you're passing, you get to, the lights kind of reveal a little bit more of the body, and the long lion-like body. It is decorated in such a way that it is not wearing much of any clothing. However, there are a few extra things that are carved into this figure, of which you see that what it is resting upon, while it is the archway, there has been meticulous carving to make it look as if it was like scrolls being unveiled, with really no discernible language on it, but just the style, like the flowing paper. And you notice that within one of its claws, that it has a quill between the pointer and the middle claw. It has a large feathered quill uh, resting there, but able to just kind of walk by as you wish.
I gotta touch the quill. But I'm gonna, Mr. Statue, sir. I'm talking to statues. I must be tired. Pebble, um, you know what? Okay, but like, I gotta, I like reach and grab the quill and just tug gently. Am I able to get it free?
Alright, that you tug at the quill?
Yeah.
It's a quill. It's like as big as you.
Oh, it's as big as me. It's a giant quill.
Yeah, it's a giant quill. Sorry if I
Yeah.
failed
No,
to discern the proportions of it.
But it's an actual quill. It's not made of stone. It's
Yes, it is a quill. When I say it's as large as you, it's large. Like, imagine a. No, probably, yeah. It would probably be about a 5 foot quill or so, maybe a little bit larger.
If I were to take out some ink and like put it on the writing part and try and like move it or move the book to like write a little bit, can I?
So you take out the ink, and as you go and you uncork the ink, you kind of feel the ink will kind of shake in your hand, and then the ink itself just kind of and just like splashes upon the tip of the quill.
Pebble, did you see that? Am I hallucinating? Am I dreaming?
You can roll me a wisdom saving throw if you want.
Yeah, sure. Wisdom saving. I'm rolling well today. That was an 18, 5, 23.
18. You feel like an oomph of presence, of intent. Do you shrug it off or do you give into it?
I mean, I'm in a library, and things can't hurt you in a library. I could give into it. I feel like I'm in a safe place.
So you give in?
Yep.
Alright, so as you're like kind of climbed up here, exposing the ink, by the way, you didn't tell me which ink you did, but whatever ink you did, that entire ink well is dried up now. It's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
So your fancy ink.
Yep. Yeah, I would have used my magic stuff because magic.
Yeah.
So goodbye,
Sorry.
magic. No, it's fine. I'll just play the trick. That's fine. So I still have a second. So.
Very good. So you give in to this sense, like, you shrug it off, but then you're like, well, I'm in a library. What the hell? And you just kind of allow that presence to take over. The next thing you know, you are in a brightly lit space. It's almost like you're perceiving in a world like in a fishbowl. You don't know where the boundaries are, but you think the boundaries are everywhere around you because there's this always like subtle cascade of sand all around you. You look up, you just kind of see sand pouring down, but you see like a bright source of light above you, but there's sand pouring, not aggressively, not fast. It's just this trickle. And you're not standing on anything. You just kind of look below and well, this is weird. You're floating. But then you look below you and below your feet, you're actually standing on parchment that's rolled out, and you're able to kind of stand on it, almost like you're surfing. Pebble's there. And then you see Pebble get off your shoulder and fly like towards the sand, and she through the sand, and then within a moment later, in like the opposite direction that she flew, she back and starts flying towards you. And so like it's kind of like Pac-Man, where she hit the edge of the map, and she came back on the other side.
Pebble, how'd you do that? Wait, stop. Pebble, come back here. This place is just. I'm gonna snap Pebble away because I don't know. And she just.
Okay. So
baffled me.
she just goes into a little pocket dimension.
And then I'm looking for something in my inventory that I can for. I've got an empty vial. I'm gonna take an empty vial
Okay.
and I'm gonna throw it through the sand.
Okay. You take the vial. You kind of think, toss it. It travels, and it keeps traveling, and it keeps traveling. You didn't realize how far Pebble had to fly, and then it makes contact with the border, and then a moment later, you're kind of looking in the opposite direction when you threw it, and then it starts to fall down. And then as you're looking, it gets lost amongst the cascade of sand below you.
Okay. Goodbye, vial. Down an inkwell and a vial. I'm gonna just yell out using thaumaturgy. Hello. I didn't mean any offense. I don't know who's here, but hi, I'm Rock. Uh, I'm friends, or I try to be friends with everyone. Pretty cool place you got.
Give me a persuasion check. Okay.
Of course. See, charisma things I'm just not good at. So I rolled a 2.
A 2.
So that's a 0.
0.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Tracks.
Yep. And we're gonna cut to the other guys as Rock. No, I'm kidding.
Start rolling your new character.
The sand begins to cascade, and as you're observing, you start to see that it turns, starting to black begins to bleed into it. And there's a portion of the stream that just starts to be like a black sand, liquid. Do you have it?
It's my ink. I can get my ink back.
Yes. And you start to see it just kind of streaming down, and as you're watching it, it starts to stream and it begins to fall below you, and you see that as it hits this space, you're not sure, like depth perception does not exist here because you really have nothing to, judge how big the space is, how high up you are, or how wide or how deep it is below you. You start to see it start to swirl down.
So it's not hitting the parchment. It's down.
Yeah, it just swirl down in the sand, and then you hear a voice. Let me look at your languages real quick because this will be for me. La da 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 da. What do you speak? Okay, cool. Yep.
Auckland Common, Draconic, Primordial Soul.
Yeah. You'll hear sounds, words. You're not sure. You don't recognize it. Ivarus. Ivaruskin. And then you kind of hear, I do not know you.
You do now? I said hi, Rock. My name's Rock. That's what my friends call me. I don't know you. I don't know how I got here. There was a. Are you the statue? Are you Sphinx statue friend? I didn't mean any harm. There was a quill and I thought, hey, there's a quill. Let's put ink to it and see what happens.
You do not belong in this space.
Okay. If you tell me how to leave, I can leave.
You come to steal secrets. There is no escape.
I don't know. I don't steal. Well, I kind of stole one time, but it was way back, and I didn't really steal because I took things they won't mind, but I left money behind. It was for a good cause. I was trying to save some friends. I mean, I don't know if that counts as stealing. I don't steal.
You are the worst thief. You perplex me. Let me roll for him real quick. Give me a second. Okay. Go ahead. Keep sputtering.
Like worst thief. Well, I mean, like, you mean worst thief? Like I'm just a horrible thief that steals everything? Because that's not true. I said it was just one time. Or do you mean like I'm really bad at it? Because then yeah, I would be really bad at it because I don't really do it.
The latter.
That's well, see, so not thief, just friend, just curious and impulsive. And now I'm here, and I don't want to steal your secrets. I just like to learn things. Do you have a name?
You have not earned my name. But Rock, because you have high enough passive perception, especially with your shield, it's 25 now. You see that the ink that was swirling down, some of it is making it to the parchment as it's kind of cascading off the sand, and it's starting to almost like splotch and make out some kind of word. You don't know yet. It's something starting to appear on the parchment that you are standing on. As you're also looking, you see that within the cascade of sand, that ink, it's almost like the sand is being kind of like pressed out. You know how when we were kids, I don't know if you remember, there was like those little, it was like all those little metal rods, and you could like put your fist or put your face on it. It would almost do like an impression of your face or your fist or whatever you pushed against it. Do you remember that?
Yep.
It's like
As
a
a
ton
kid,
of,
I still play with those.
yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there we go.
I love those.
Yeah, those things are hella fun, right? So you see that like the impression of this sphinx's face is beginning to form and being pushed out, and it's being drawn by that cascade of ink through the sand.
Right. So is that looks like that's my ink, right? You can. That was a lot of. It's magical. But you see magical, you can have it. That's okay. Uh, I do you want to know anything about me? I can teach you things. I made a spell, and I'll like flip this through my book and be like, look, like this is my own spell I made. You see magical? Well, you can share this with people. Maybe it'll help people.
A thief that seeks magical understanding? Rock, you are strange.
I hear that a lot. My friends say it all the time.
But you have given me words. Thus, you must answer me one question, and I will see if, Rock, you are not a thief. CJ, real quick, gonna drop you down to a quick whisper.
Okay.
Very, very, very
Oh,
quick.
secrets!
Should the stream join or no?
Actually, no,
Okay.
not yet.
Rock's gonna die.
We totally lost a man.
Tonight he dines on turtle soup.
Yeah.
Oh
Nothing can go wrong in a library.
my god. Literally
Yeah,
everything went wrong last time.
Also, wait a minute. Was this so? Is this kind of rewinding to last night? I sort of missed.
I think
Yeah,
so.
This is like what happened overnight. Okay.
So Al, since you have the lash, your job is to keep Rock by you,
Gotcha.
Turtle on a
Okay.
leash.
pretty much.
I'll make it happen. This hurts me more than it hurts you. Stay. Stay.
I can't get it to function right. Sorry for all the damage.
It just won't let go. It's weird.
Either that, or we put a bell on him. Something. God.
Yeah, we should rig the horn of silent alarm like to work in the opposite. So like if he ever goes more than like 120 feet from all of us, it just like plays a sound in our head like Rock's gone, Rock's gone.
Holy shit. If
That would be
Hans just had some
hilarious.
lungs or something.
You know, if we had an artificer, they could do that little
Yeah,
tinker
sure.
toy thing.
Ooh. Good news. If Rock doesn't make it back, we might be able to get one.
Well, then we don't need it.
Well- Hmm.
So the way we're going to split up rock stuff is.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, sorry.
I want
Well,
the Kadama.
there's not going to
Well, no.
be anything to split up. It's going to be atomized and become part of the
You're
sand.
going to be like Yarsi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sand. Yarsi's a jar.
Yeah.
Yarshi's ashes
Ooh.
in a jar.
Yeah. So, you've given me words to speak with.
Is that does the ink give you words? I can give you more. Do you need more words? I have more, but it's all I have.
This will do. So, my question to you. A compass with no arms always points in what direction? And you could take a minute if you need it. And if you need a hint, I could also give you a hint if you roll a history check.
By arms, you mean a needle?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Oh wait. Okay, that's actually a player question. Let me see.
See, I know the answer, but I'm not there, Rock. Sorry.
Doc's just gonna stare at him
Yes.
for a bit.
So yeah, without needle, that works as well. Yeah.
That's your question. Can you say it again?
Sorry, I haven't spoken this tongue in ages. A compass of gold, without needle, always points in what direction?
Um, 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 I, but it can't. It can't. I don't. I don't know, Mr. Sphinx, sir. Do you have to have an answer? I got. Ask me about, you know, something else.
You have the answer on you. When you know it, come back, and you just get shunted out. Like he just roars in your face, and the force of the roar just pushes you through the sand, and instead of you returning through, you just fall back. And like you're seeing stars, and you're looking up, and there's the stone statue perched, and your ink is kind of dripping off the quill.
I'm gonna try to save any ink that I can, and I am not leaving this room until someone finds me.
Okay. So going on to that encounter, you do enter into the room, as you were not prohibited from entering. You found it. So, and you do find that there are other parchments and there are other things beyond the Sphinx itself, with the faint third eye and the. Actually, can you give? I forgot to ask you. Can you give me a religion check? It's for the necklace that it's carved into the statue.
Yeah. 13 plus 8.
Okay, over 20. Yeah. So, I think you guys remember, and I can dig up the picture, but the pantheon of deities here, right? It's represented by the 11-pointed star.
It's a pinned message, I think.
Yeah, it should be pinned if I recall correctly. Of it, it's always depicted that the three central ones, the one at the top or the bottom, and the two on the opposite side, kind of, they always seem to make like a very narrow like arrow point or triangle, and it's always either like a different color or different texture or that. With a 20, Rock, you at least know that that represents the 3 neutral deities that make up the pantheon. Excuse me, I have like hiccups. The that necklace that's kind of made of it is that central point, only those 3, and then it has that like round eye in the center of it.
Okay. I mean, honestly, at this point, between the ouch of being booted and I'm just like pacing back and forth, muttering that question to myself over and over again.
Yep.
Davis would know. He has compasses, boats. Where's Davis? I'm gonna try to send a message to Davis. Like just, and I have no idea where I am, so I'm literally pointing in random directions.
Yes.
And all the message says is, Davis, I need your compass knowledge. Come quick. I'm just literally pointing in every direction.
I love it. We'll say that you do this maybe for 10-15 minutes, and then through the course of the night, every once in a while, you'll kind of remember and you'll point some direction and you'll say, Davis, compass directions, compass help, I need your knowledge. Never lands. But through the course of the evening, you do find that here there are no stone tablets anymore. You are in a room that is consisted of parchments. And it's a good thing that you collected some of the ink, because all of the parchments are blank.
All of them are blank.
Yes. However, I'm not going to make you roll an Arcana check because you will figure this out. It takes some time, but eventually you get this bored sense, and maybe just kind of being your childish, playful self, you're like, all right, I'll just start writing on it. And when you go to uncork the inkwell, and you go to write with your pen, the ink gets stripped from your quill and begins to reveal what has been written on these scrolls. Because you said you had magic ink.
Yeah, I had a 25 well one that's gone.
Yes.
And I have a smaller 10 well one that is full. But no longer full.
Yeah. So over the course of your time here, you find some secrets, and we can discern, like, you know, what would be points of interest. But you did ask me about what you might be able to find here, and there definitely was some magical secrets and some magical dabblings in here. So I already forgot the count. So let's have you roll me, because you rolled a natural 20, and you get all this extra time to yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and roll me. Roll me 2d6, and then roll me a separate. Roll me 2d6 first.
A 3 and a 3.
A 3 and a 3. So 3 and 3. That's 2. That's 4. You find 4 scrolls that are usable. Go ahead and roll me. Well, this will be actually easier. Roll me 2d6, and if they're a duplicate, just re-roll it, or re-roll one of them.
6 and a 3.
6 and a 3. Okay. All right. Over the course of the evening, you get super excited. You're getting to the point of exhaustion. You're getting tired. It's becoming more and more difficult to focus, but you do start to understand the scrolls that are being revealed to you by your inkwell. Upon it, there is Flock of Familiars. There is, you said a 6 and a 3, sorry?
6 and a 3, yeah.
6 and a 3. Flock of Familiars, Heat Metal, Earth tremor. Burning hands. Wait. How many have I given you? Fog of familiars, earth tremor, heat metal. Oh, sorry, not burning hands. And hallucinatory terrain. Sorry.
Okay.
Fog of familiars, heat metal, earth tremor, hallucinatory terrain.
Okay, made note of that.
There we go. And you can do with it as you wish.
Does that take charges from my inkwell? Just because.
No. What happens is this is just using the ink to reveal it.
Okay.
And then once you kind of move the scroll, it's almost like the ink slides along with you to the next portion, And then when you're done, the ink basically just almost like it's like oil on water. It just rolls off the page and back into your inkwell.
Cool. So I stay busy with that, and then again, I'm kind of losing it. I'm tired. That was kind of an ordeal. I want to get back in there, but I don't want to go back in until I know the answer. So I'm just like, I'm getting kind of mad. Like, why is Davis not coming? Where is everybody? They should be looking for me for now. And I'm just going on. Oh, and I bring Pebble back. Oh, wait, I bring Pebble back, and then I'm like, Pebble, go get Davis.
She just kind of looks to the side.
I look where she's looking. Is he there? Davis? Pebble, what are we looking at?
And she flies up to you and pecks you on the nose.
Ow! What? What? Are you mad at me? I'm gonna see if she wants some cracker. Wait, the ranch ration. Feed her.
She looks at the cracker, looks at you.
Oh, I know Pebble's sad. I'm sorry, Pebble.
You know she's mad at you.
Yeah, I'm just now. Yeah, I'm gonna just sit where I am. I'm like, I'm sorry, Pebble. I didn't want you to get hurt. It was a confusing place. All hail Jones.
And she very quickly, when you say that, she's like, "Choo-choo."
I'm gonna just rub her on the head, and I'll just hang out with Pebble. But I'm still full muttering to myself.
Yeah, and you see that like she's trying to figure out your request, and she's like, she kind of flies off a little bit, and then flies back, flies another direction, flies back, and then she kind of lands on your shoulder, all defeated, and she's like, "Choo."
Yeah, tweet.
So, all right, Rock. Good job, buddy. So, swinging back to the Davis crew. All of you Davises.
So yeah, actually, that is a hypothetical question. If Pebble were to have gone to fetch, quote unquote, Davis, would she know who was the real Davis?
She might figure it out when she lands on one of you.
That's true. Yeah, we should go
All right.
get him. I don't know where. I don't know. I know all of 2 places here. This one and the forge. Where did he go?
Can I try to use survival and track him? Since there's probably dust and stuff covering everything.
That's fair. So yeah, go ahead and roll me that survival.
I'm gonna look around. Anyone want to assist me on trying to track this guy down?
I mean, I would, except I'm not proficient in it, just so I don't know if I would be allowed to.
Yeah.
Trying to find our turtle friend, right?
Yes.
However, my totem gives me advantage on it today. I don't know if that.
Oh wait, yeah, we didn't finish everyone's rolls. Shit. So yeah, CJ, go ahead and roll your engine and your portents. Did everyone else roll their stuff?
I have a bard wand. Yes.
A bard wand.
Can insult
you can
people
mock
to death.
people to death. Yeah.
4 and 13 and
the
7.
shape of Al.
So it was for the engine
I can help
or
with
for the port?
I can help with the survival check.
Okay, go for it.
How are you helping? Advantage or?
I'll assist for advantage.
Okay, good, because my first roll is a 6.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been tracking rock for a while. I think, some sand, some petals. There's some pretty easy things to look out for. Total feet.
13.
13?
What was the low roll?
I rolled a 6 and a 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo.
You guys, start to head out onto the city proper.
If I see any other bronze, what is it, bronze forge? Is that what you're calling it? Or
Bronze cast.
bronze cast? We'll be like, do you see a weird turtle?
So yeah, as you do, you start to see like there are not a huge number of them, but you do run into a few that are going through their patrol or their paces, however you want to look at it, and you all kind of pick up as you get closer. They become less and less just robotic in a nature, and then some personality shows. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I do not know who you are speaking of, but welcome to the city of forges.
Yeah,
I do not
thanks.
believe I've seen any of you before.
Hi, yeah, we awoke the forges and made this, and I'll hold it up.
Oh. Well, you seem to be a important client or benefactory. And thank you for awaking us from our sleep.
Thank you.
Does that mean everything?
Not yet. Soon. But don't you worry.
Okay. Well, it
That's
is
why we're
nice to
trying to go
meet.
get our friend. We'll take care of business.
I have not seen your friend, but perhaps some of my kin have. If you excuse me, I must return to what I was doing.
Very well.
And as you guys kind of travel and travel and travel, it takes a while, and you maybe encounter like one or two more bronze cast before you guys are starting to maybe get a little frustrated and start calling out to Rock. And you, as you pass up, let's call it an alleyway, essentially, not a true alleyway, but like a cross section. One of the bronzekin is moving, and she, with her flowing like fire hair, turns, looks at you. You discuss with her, and she says, "I believe, if I am not mistaken, we had saw someone matching your description enter the libraries." And she points.
That sounds right.
Oh, the library.
Yeah, where is it?
And she just points down the way. It's a large, as CJ described it, stone structure that seems sort of out of place, but at the same time fits in here.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. So, with that, as you guys begin to head towards the libraries, we'll go ahead, because it's been about an hour and a half. Let's take a quick little break, and then we'll pick up with what's next.